All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into something huge happening inside the Salesforce ecosystem. For years, teams have been living with this weird communication divide, but that's all about to change. A new solution is here, and yep, it means it's finally time to say goodbye to chatter.
Yeah, let's just kick things off with this quote because, wow, it really doesn't pull any punches. This is from George Yoshida, a CIO who's been in the trenches with this stuff for years, and it just perfectly sums up the feeling across the entire Salesforce community. It's like a collective sigh of relief.
So, what is this big problem we're talking about? Well, for a long time, if you were a Salesforce team, you kind of felt like you were living in two different houses. The conversations about your deals, your cases, your projects, that was happening over in one place. But the actual data, the record itself, was living somewhere else entirely. And that gap created so much friction and these awful information silos.
And when you put the two tools side by side, the difference is, well, it's night and day. On one side, you've got chatter. It's old, it's got a legacy architecture, there's no new development happening, and, this is the big one, it has zero path forward for AI integration. And then you've got Slack, which is a modern hub built from the ground up for exactly this, with nonstop innovation and, you guessed it, it's completely AI-ready.
Now look, this disconnect wasn't some big secret. Everybody knew it was an issue, and everyone knew Slack was the future. The rumor, though, was that bringing these two worlds together properly was going to cost you a lot. It was expected to be a super premium feature, but then Salesforce made an announcement that just changed the entire game. The whole community was basically bracing for impact. The thinking was, okay, here we go. This is going to be part of that expensive Sales Elevate license. It meant only the companies with the deepest pockets would get this amazing unified experience, while everyone else would be stuck in the past. But then they just flipped the script.
In a move that surprised pretty much everyone, Salesforce announced that this core integration would be available to all users on their standard editions. It even works if your team is on the free plan for Slack. This wasn't just an update. It was a massive strategic push to get their entire user base onto a modern platform.
So why would they do that? Why give it away for free? It all comes down to two letters: AI. Salesforce knows that the entire future of work is being built on AI-integrated tools, and the productivity jump isn't small. We are talking about a potential 10x difference. They simply can't afford to have their customers left behind on a legacy tool while the rest of the world makes that leap.
So, what is this thing that's taking over? Let's meet the official replacement. It's a feature called Salesforce Channels, and it is the absolute key to this whole new world of unified work.
And I want to be super clear on this. This is not just some fancy link or an iframe. It is a native, shared component. That means the conversation you're having in a Slack channel about, say, an opportunity is the literal, exact same conversation component you see when you're looking at the opportunity record inside Salesforce. It's one conversation, one place. Finally, a single source of truth.
Okay, so you're sold. You want it. How do you actually turn this thing on? Well, for the most part, it's pretty simple. But there are a couple of, let's call them, insider tips that are going to save you from a major headache. Let's walk through what it really takes to set this up.
On paper, it looks incredibly easy, right? It's a simple three-step dance. You just drag the new Slack component onto your Lightning page. Then you pop into Settings to tell Salesforce which records, like your accounts or opportunities, can have channels. And then you just connect a channel. Seems easy enough.
And right away, you might hit your first wall. You go into the Settings page, ready to add one of your awesome custom objects, and the Add button is just grayed out. It doesn't work. By default, you can only use a few standard objects, so what gives?
Okay, here is the secret handshake. And trust me, it's a bit hidden. Tucked away on that Settings page, there's a tiny little blue link to view the FedRAMP disclosure. You have to hunt for it, click it, and then agree to the terms. The second you do that, boom, the system just magically unlocks and you can add any object you want.
So, hurdle 1, cleared. Now you're ready. You go to connect an existing Slack channel to a Salesforce record, and bam, you get a permission error. And you're sitting there thinking, wait a second, I created this channel. How can I possibly not have permission to connect it? And here's the little detail that'll get you. The person connecting the channel needs more than just creator rights in Slack. The integration specifically requires the user to have channel manager permissions. It's a quick fix in your Slack settings, but it's a crucial one.
And just one more little, oh, by the way, thing to be aware of. When you connect an existing Slack channel, Salesforce is going to automatically rename it. It adds this unique ID to the front. Now, this is to make sure that link is permanent and unbreakable, but you'll definitely want to give your team a heads up so they aren't surprised when their channel name suddenly changes.
And hey, look, this is a brand new feature, so you should expect a few little quirks in these early days. You might see inactive users pop up in mention suggestions. Your favorite custom Slack emojis aren't supported just yet, and some of the notification behavior is still getting polished. These are small things that will almost certainly get ironed out over time.
So, you've jumped through those few minor setup hoops. What is the grand prize? What's the ultimate payoff for your team? Well, this is it. We are moving into a future that is truly unified.
And this is where it all clicks. You get one search bar to rule them all. Find your data and the conversation about it in one go. You get communication that is always rich with context because it's happening right next to the record. That means no more arguments about I saw it in Chatter versus I saw it in Slack. It's just one place. It makes your team faster, smarter, and able to act on information instantly.
And let's be really clear, we are not talking about a small 5% improvement here. This is a fundamental shift. By getting everyone onto an AI-ready platform like Slack, Salesforce is positioning all of its customers for that 10x productivity leap we talked about. This is a real deal game changer. So the bottom line is this. The era of chatter is over. It's done. The path forward is crystal clear. The question is no longer, how do we fix this? The real question, the one for you and your team, is now, with your people and your data finally speaking the same language in the same room, what are you going to build with all that power?